Well, hello there. Hi there. Welcome to Just Bird. Today I'm going to do the mid-year readings. I'm going to begin with Zane. I'm doing them for the boys, but I'm going to start with Zane because I didn't do his June, and I'm not going to. I'm just going to do June through the end of the year and see what comes out. And that's what's going on here today. So if that interests you, stick around. All right, let's get right into it with Zayn Malik. What is coming up for him June through December of 2026, mid-year read? So let's see. Well, right off the bat, I see that he's going to be spending some time with some friends. However, he does have like a business associate, someone that is helping him to keep his money, contain it, we'll say. All right. So he is very fortunate with that. He's known this person for a while, and they're very good with money. So expect that this canceling of the tour was a good move for him. It was a good business strategy. It may have been like him canceling his U.S. tour. It could have been due to low ticket sales. A lot of people in the U.S. tours have canceled recently, I heard, because of low ticket sales. And it's not reflective on the numbers or the scale of the artist. This person that I remember, they mentioned Post Malone, one of the top artists in the nation, and he couldn't sell out in the US, and he canceled a number of shows because he couldn't fill an arena, or at least enough to want to go to work. Anyhow, back to Zayn. People are talking. He has to watch his step when it comes to his friendships because he likes to go out and have a good time, but somebody may be trying to weasel him out of his money. And so he needs to be mindful of that. He has some very good news coming in, and it may be surrounding this travel here. So there may be, new dates coming up or being announced over the next 6 months. He might want to make up for, missed times, missed events, whatever the case may be. But also know that he's really trying to find his footing in life, and he's making a lot of sacrifices, and it's having to do with balance. So don't be surprised if Zayn starts wearing like a specific shoe, like a footwear or something within, and you might find this out in the future, but he has to sacrifice something with his feet in order to maintain his balance. So I would say footwear. So it might have to change. Like maybe he will only be wearing like a specific boot or have a specific arch, something within something for his balance and his gait. Now, why would that be off? By the end of the year, just know he is making the sacrifices and the changes necessary to become like grounded and stabilized, and this is having to do with his health. But it's because there is a danger at hand, right? And the danger has something to do with his health. So what we have here is also like he's we have the travel, so there will be like the beginning of travel toward what is September. And I don't know if he's moving toward somebody, if this is like where he picks up a lover, or if there's like travel plans that are changed. I'm not really sure, but there's a possibility for him to start dating by the end of the year. So right toward the end, it's these changes that he's making are really good for himself. But he's going to be moving a little bit differently. He looks a little bit different. Like I said, he has to make a couple of sacrifices that will be noticeable. I don't know if there's something going on with his hair, but he might be wearing like hats. It's weird. And hoodies and things like that. I don't know if he has like a cowlick or something going on up there, but there's something with his hair that he wants to hide. What I see for him is that he has a lot of people surrounding him. So he's not alone. He's not alone, and it's for his like best benefit. It's for his best benefit, but he still has to watch what he says in front of certain people, even if they're friends and they're having a good time, because people will run out and spill the tea. Whether they mean it or they don't mean it, it still happens. We have support over here, which is letting me know that these people that are in his life, they're there to help support him because they care for him, they love him, and they're also business associates. But these are people that he works with that genuinely do care for him. It's people that he works with, that he travels with, and he has a good time with. You just have to be mindful of the things that you say around them. And it's like even though he'll be traveling and stuff, he still has to retreat a little bit and spend time alone, because it's like because of this danger. So it's like a slowdown as far as health. But luck is on his side. So every change that he is making down here in the sacrifices are going to pan out well. Especially in both areas, like with his finances, they are being contained, meaning he's not going to lose any. He's not dumping a boatload of cash anywhere. He's really just saving. And he may have got really lucky with a business contract. Found a little loop-de-loo that benefits him versus like the management. Good for him. So let's see what else is coming up for Zayn Malik. He's still single by the end of the year, but there's a possibility that he meets someone that he really jives with. The beginning of the sweetness. So let's see. His mind is all on his money, and he has people surrounding him, to help him stay on track with these changes and things that he's making. The new way that he'll be moving around. He may need a crutch at some point, and this could just be the people that are surrounding him with the support. But I feel like with this kind of like crutch here and the boot, there's definitely something with his foot. Leg, something where his balance is off and he needs that type of support. But it's nothing serious. It all works itself out. He has like the best and most fortunate circumstances here. However, he also making some changes. And since these changes are like right attached here to this King of Hearts, there may be a change in his dating. He may go from getting lucky to getting involved by the end of the year. And there's also a lot of opportunities coming up for him, and I'm sure this is just a normal thing in his everyday life, but it's like a multitude of opportunities for him to get lucky at toward the end of the year. Let's see. Zayn Malik. Lonely, wanting love, worlds apart, distance, and time is needed. So there's somebody that he longs to see, longs to hear, keeps an eye on. He's, just not giving up. Time is needed and unsafe situations. So he needs to watch out for those unsafe situations, whether that's a matter of the heart or if it's just like taking time apart from somebody. There's somebody that feels like he's still kind of keeping an eye on and to come forward maybe when the timing is right. However, look, we got X here, but that's the only letter. Could be someone from the X Factor that he's just not given up on, just feeling at odds with, that they had a violent attack. There was words exchanged, just waiting, but they're not giving up. And when the timing is right. All right. It feels like Liam was looking over a situation, if this is speaking about him and Louis, like wanting to patch things up, just waiting for the right time. Feels like Liam is there in spirit. Let's just see. Another message for Zayn Malik, June through the end of the year. Alone, secluded away, separate ways, opposite direction. Okay, so are the boys protector? You can feel safe. Okay. Feels like there's concern about maybe what's been going on with the tour and his health and everything. Feeling unsafe within the industry. He's rekindling a friendship or a relationship, repairing a relationship. It could be with a child. He wants to protect his child, even if that means that he needs to stay isolated and alone. But he is trying to rekindle something with someone because he would like to go to the next level with them. This could just be like working things out with Gigi if there's been a rift lately. I know they say things in the, the tabloids, but who really knows? Look, they will work it out. And this could be somebody that he is working with, that they've known since they were children, but so we have a Pisces energy. Have a Gemini energy. We have a big mama bear energy. Anyhow, spending time alone because he's gone his separate ways, but he would like to repair this relationship. He also wants to protect his child. I don't know if this is this could be indicate Gigi getting married or proposed to, or maybe there will be an announcement thereof by the end of the year that she's moving on and going to the next level. They may be having a talk about it. We have D, a lot of letters here. Like I said, it's all letters here. So there's a lot of people and players surrounding him. We have W, H, C, DJ, P, PJ, Charlie. Harry. I don't know, folks, but whatever. Um, they're the letters W, H, C, D, J, P, and the and the number 42, balance. Working it out, and but there's someone that he works with that they're going to work it out. So if they've been at odds, like he and Gigi, they'll work it out. But it's also this feeling of like a workship will be reunited, reconnected, and hashed out. The balance will come because somebody's going to take responsibility. Somebody's going to take responsibility. So let's see what tarot has to add. So it looks good. Nothing on the love front until maybe the end of this year to the beginning of 2027 before something substantial comes in. He's still out there. He is Mr. Loverboy. Seems like a hopeless romantic no matter what. And I know people probably don't believe that about certain folks, but it seems that way. Just right now, his focus is financial stability and, focusing on his heart. Let's see. We have the Fool. All right, so we have the Four of honey, honey jars. So what do we have here? And the Five. Somebody afraid of, like, someone's disappointed because someone's pulling away. And they're doing it because they're just a little bit immature. There's also like an opportunity that's kind of like been dangled in front of Zane's face, and it's just going to be snatched away from him. And that creates a little bit of like, disappointing feelings, regret even. And he regrets acting out, like, and if that's speaking to, whatever altercation or rift that may be brewing between he and Louis for the past 6 months. It's disappointed in his own actions, that he acted, immaturely. He'd like to move on from it, he is waiting for the right opportunity to move forward. There's a lot of emotions attached to this, so I just kind of believe that it's something to do with that situation. And with the Three of Wands, it's possibly that work situation, and it's someone to whom he's known for since his youth. And he wants to reconcile with them. Six of Cups energy. So it's like, they feel like family. There's a lot of love here, and he'd like to reconcile that. And he's waiting to reconcile those differences because there's some things that he's working on right now and having to accept responsibility. But in this portion here, we see that he is making changes and will accept responsibility for anything, even if I'm sure it is definitely not the way that it's been written about as those things, according to the celebrities, never are. So that's what I have coming up for Zayn Malik for his year end of the year. How's the rest of the year going to play out? And we'll still be doing the monthlies. And if I have time, I will get to Zane's June eventually, but probably not this month.
All right, let's do Niall Horan's next 6 months mid-year reading. So let's see what's coming up for Niall Horan. June through December 2026. All right, let's take a look at Niall Horan, what's coming up between now and the end of the year. What we have here so far doesn't look so bad. I see that he's going to be making some changes in his life. He'll be nesting. It feels like by the end of the year he will be either married or engaged and taking it in that direction. It's been coming up a lot lately. He and his girl he's making some changes about himself, and it could be, you might find him laying off of drinking as much or partying or whatever it may be. He is communicating to his lover that, in order for him to feel good and be on top of the world and be who he is, he has to have the freedom to move around as far as his career is concerned. The conversation, he's making some changes, and the conversation is going really well between the two of them. So well that, like I said, they may be taking it in the direction. It's just that he knows that this is the solution for him, and he just needs to be honest with himself that this is the direction that he wants to go, that maybe the drinking or the vice that he's giving up or the things that he's working on have to go, and just kind of being honest with himself about that it really is for his highest good. I have the letters L, R, and P on the board, as well as the numbers 3, 5, 7, and 9. So everything is going progressively well, and even skipping a couple of steps. I also feel like he feels like the odd one out. He's making changes so that he can learn how to communicate better, and not just leave the scene every time there's a hiccup and run from situations. He's learning how to address things in a healthier manner, and he's being honest with himself. There's a work opportunity coming in, but there are a lot of changes and hiccups along the way. So expect some changes within his work front. Now, I know he's on tour right now. I don't know how long his tour lasts, but there could be some changes with that. There's also some changes, just like this opportunity that's coming in for him. He knows that he needs to change something in order to have what it is that he wants. So he's making those changes, and it's work changes that he is working on, and it's challenging for him. That's why there's the conversation about, in order to be fully myself, I need to be able to have the freedom to tour, the freedom to do gigs, and have this other, my work life, my career as well, which includes a lot of time away. But whatever it is that he's changing, he knows that he knows what he needs to do in order, he has the solution, he has the answers. And it's like combativeness between the two of them sometimes. Let's see, there's 5, 5-10, so something will end, and it is something to do with his contracts. And it may be like, because there is a moment of wait here in the workhouse. So on the work front, he may be putting off something that he wants to do in order to get married, settle down, move forward in his relationship. What I have is he is also, like I said, he's making the sacrifices necessary to go with the flow, and to be able to be there and to nourish his family life, his girlfriend, wife, significant other. He's really considering the fruits of his labor and like all of this that he's been working for. You know, that it's time for him to settle down and nest a little bit and enjoy the fruits of his labor. Like he's hearing it. He knows that he needs to make a move, and he's getting all of the, you know, all of the bells are ringing and all of the stars are aligned for Niall. So he's feeling really good, and he's been working really hard and making all of these sacrifices, and ultimately it is leading him down the aisle. And he knows that that is like the answer for him, the solution to whatever the problem is. So let's see. Niall Horan. Very good for Niall. The honey pot, the little flirty guy there. What are you flirting with? Moving forward, progressing forward. So there's an opportunity that's going to help with that. It's one that takes some time, but he is making progress. It's almost like what goes around comes around type of energy there. And he's going to be working on something that he loves by himself. So that's like this work opportunity comes up, this financial opportunity is coming in. It is one of security and abundance. So very good for Niall. Like he has plenty to give, plenty to share, and enough to sustain his life along the way. There we go. That Knight of Pentacles is this offer that is coming in. It's just taken some time to get here. He is accepting the offer, or he's giving the offer. I feel like this is him taking his time in offering her marriage, but here is the offer, the Queen of Honeypots. So they are progressing along, and they have this new venture and new opportunity coming for them. 8, 9, 10 pentacles combined here, and 2 honeypots. So that is like a marriage made in heaven or earth, right? One of abundance and security, and one that will last a lifetime. Very good. And we've got the Hanged Bear. So there is a hiccup where they're just waiting for the right opportunity to present this offer. I believe this is him presenting the offer to Amelia. So it's coming. Good for Niall, and that's what I have for him.
Well, hello there. Hi there. Welcome to Just Bird. Today's video, well, I'm finishing up The Boys, and today's going to be Louis Tomlinson, former bandmate of One Direction. So let's see what I'll be using. I'm going to, since Louis is in love, at least that's, what's out there, I'm going to go old school with the Romantic Fairy Oracle, which is a duplicate, but Cherry's spin on it, of, what's her name? I forget her name. It's probably on here because she gives credit to her. but it's The Romantic Fairies by Doreen Virtue. So I'm going to start with that, and then I have a Rose Belt Oracle, and I have the Final Rose Tarot, and the Connection Oracle. So. Workplace romance. Well, he's on tour right now with Zara. Healing connection, psychic connection. Someone's still not trustworthy in this connection. And intuitively, somebody knows it. Like they know that something's off. See, with honest communication, once there's honest communication with someone, which is coming in for him, but not until the latter months. It's a few months, probably not until fall. So let's see. Yeah, October time. So just, However, there's once he's honest about, I guess, the way that he feels about someone, come the fall, they turn out to be an honest match. Maybe someone of color. Or culture. Like olive skin, dark skin, brown skin, not pink. And that's when the dreams come true. Now, either someone in this connection, right, removes their mask. This could be someone that he works with. It could be Zara, who's with him at the workspace, but someone has to tell the truth, to themselves, be honest with yourself so you can be honest with your partner. And I don't know, I feel like this connection is broken and this one will be new. And I feel that way because you don't need to heal something that's good. That's healed. So, you don't. So I feel like in July is when this connection maybe comes in and somebody reveals their truth. And I feel like this is the perfect match. Like, if it's not Zara, somebody's coming in quickly. And they feel it. That twin flamey blamey bullshit. You know what I'm talking about. Those extreme emotions, like that connection, whatever it is, things that make you go, ooh. Let's see what else coming up for Louis. I picked all love cards, but it's not all going to be love, love, love. I think we've got the basis of his love connection here. So what is this? I want to see more about what is this dream, right? What is the dream coming true? What are the aspects of the person in the work place as far as romance? Is this somebody else other than Zara that he works with or has worked with, who needs to just, that there's a rift between them and they need to kind of remove the mask and come together, and they know, because if it's a psychic connection, then they know. They don't know how they know, but internally they know. And it feels like somebody's been fighting a connection for a while. And somebody just needs to be honest, and it's someone within the workplace space, so whatever capacity that might be. And they're perfect. Like, finally, have faith your rainbow will come smiling through. What do these cards say? Bonds over a common cause strengthen romantic feelings. Your romance is a deep learning experience that will transform your life. Your communication goes beyond your mere words. Disguise. Some elements of this relationship are hidden. Yeah, the truth. Honest communication. Someone will be reaching out. Expect a heart-to-heart conversation. Perfect match. So whatever was broken, someone's coming forward with the truth. They've been hiding something, and they're going to tell the truth about it. You complete each other in the most harmonious way. Have faith your rainbow will come smiling through. Family oriented in June, considering all of that, beautiful brain, multi-skilled. So who does time? Good time girl. Okay. Let's see. Yes, go all in. New love, only you. And dreams come true. Value your time. Multi-skilled, family-oriented. Loves a good time. Go all in. This is new love and soulmates you are meant to be. So his soulmate is coming in by the end of the year, right? And it is somebody new, but he's not going to feel comfortable going all in until around October, when somebody is honest about the communication. I think all of this here is like the anticipation, the build-up before the honesty happens. People are reserved because like he's still in something right now. So when this happens, in the future, we'll see. What letter is that? Is that a V or is it a... No, it looks like a uterus. Whatever sign that is. Anyhow, don't listen to me because I can't see well, even with freaking bifocals on. What in the world? Let's pull some tarot and see what else we can get. Value your time. He's not going to waste his time on a good time girl. Right? Like anybody like that can keep it stepping. I think he's realizing that maybe something with the one that he's with now makes him feel that way. You know what I mean? Let me open these boxes so I can put these cards quickly away. All right. So somebody that's, he finds beautiful and intelligent and is worth the wait. Waiting for somebody to like maybe to see if they're just casual. Are they just a good time girl? Are they in it to win it? Or do they want more than what we have? Because we have progression here within the numbers. From time into the good time girl, there's a progression there, and it feels like, all right, is this just a good time for her? Or, and then the honest communication comes in, right? Go all in and tell the truth. and it is to someone new, and they are a perfect match. At least they both are really feeling that toward one another, and dreams do come true. They were feeling like it wouldn't happen for them after, so many relationship failures. Many people feel that way. All right. Something is taking a little bit longer of time before he can settle down and nest. And it could be that he needs to get out of a contract. If he's living with someone, maybe finding a new home for, himself or somebody else. And there's a delay. And then things can heat up. Let's hope there's not a house fire that creates a delay. But it could be an emergency within his house, like within his home, that creates a delay. Anyhow, what we have here is the same thing as the other cards have revealed. That's why it's just like, I feel like I'm just reiterating, beginning where he's beginning to feel like I don't know, like a charity case, like he's always giving, and maybe not receiving what he feels he's worth. And then immediately goes into like the progression, and just feeling sort of like someone doesn't value the little bit of time that he has to offer. That's what he's feeling like. And again, like a meathead, and just disappointed in the whole thing. And he's in search of his destiny, right? Winner, chicken dinner. And it's coming in because we have like a little bit of justice happening here, but there's we have a duality of time, but we also have justice. So there's a lot of balance here. And sorry that he has to disappoint someone when he tells this truth. And the truth is, I want out of something. I want to end something. All right. That's exactly what is on that card. The end. All right. It's a tower. Just these cards are all named differently than regular tarot, but it represents the tower. Yeah, someone's disappointed in the way that the communication has been, and that feels like maybe there was some deception or something that ignited this urgency to move on, because it is an urgent move on. And he meets this new person right away, but doesn't really become honest for a few months down the line. That could be to protect someone's feelings, or just the fact that, like, I don't want to, move so quickly into something else. I don't think whatever this is here, that he'll be able to stop. Yeah, there's also a contract that he wants to end, right? And it says I effed up, right? That's what it says. Sorry, I'm the worst. I effed up. Somebody is messing up, but it's because of this soulmate. Like, sorry, maybe there's a cheat because of a soulmate situation. Sorry, sorry I lied. Sorry I moved on so quickly. Sorry. But, sorry I disappointed you, but what am I supposed to do when I found my perfect match? I had to end things. There may even be a ring involved in everything by the time this, transpires. at least the consideration thereof, but it's like, am I just wasting my time? It's this feeling that I'm just wasting my time, so I have to end it. And then that's when like destiny comes in and it balances everything out, and it comes in really quickly, and he feels a little dumb for I guess for maybe hanging in here for so long, for allowing somebody to waste his time, for considering like a ring before ending it. Like he knew, but he took a chance, and over here, when he takes this chance, he wins. It's like the karma immediately happens. As soon as he ends, the karma comes in and it balances everything out. That's when this perfect match, this honest communication, all it takes is becoming a little bit vulnerable and opening up and telling the truth. Because there is heat, there is passion, but something has to end, and there is a delay, a little hiccup there before, it does. All right, that's what I have for Louis.